There we are. Let me double check my audio is working, and yes it is. Hey everybody, hope you guys are all having a good day. Loki, of course, knew exactly when I was going to go live, so he was waiting for this moment to try to steal the limelight, I guess you would say. But a lot to talk about here today. I know I put out a video this morning going over some technical analysis and stuff like that. Dude, you are really hyped up right now. Really hyped up. And you're making me drop stuff, see? But anyway, a few news tidbits here I wanted to talk to you guys about. Also some cryptocurrencies that are popping at this point in time. I told you guys about a couple of them, and one I said I probably wouldn't trade. That one shut up a lot. And the other one, Loom, which we talked about, that one actually went up quite a bit as well. So we ended up having some good opportunities to make some money right now. We'll talk about what I'm currently doing because my current plan, it really isn't that sexy. It's kind of traditional, boring, but I think it'll make us or me some money here over the next few days, right? So let's get started. Before we start heading over to the charts, I do want to show this to you guys, and I'm gonna see if I can do this in a way that doesn't blast the music right away. Let's see. Yeah, that should still work right there. Okay. And hey, Fabio, happy to see you back. So really, before we get going here, what's going on with my software? My software has been acting up a little bit lately. I just want to make sure everything's fine. Okay, yeah, we're still good to go. All right, before I get started here, just a little bit of a heads up. Oh, that's what happened today. I moved my camera. That's why everything looks a little bit off to me. This is interesting. So it seems that FTX is going to try to make a comeback under new management. I was very concerned when I actually saw this, but now that I think about it, I'm just like, you know what? They're a company that lost a lot of money. There was a lot of investors in it, and those investors still want to make as much money as possible, especially with crypto kind of having this turnaround moment. So what you see right here, and I don't pay for Bloomberg, and I never freaking will, but here's just like the title of the article, and we're going to go over some other stuff in a little bit. FTX is suing Bybit to recover assets worth $953 million. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to do so. I'm not entirely sure. But when I look at these little tidbits here, it says FTX claims Bybit affiliate used VIP status to withdraw funds. Bybit's Marina withdrew $327 million just before FTX pause. And so if it was their money, I don't know why they shouldn't have been able to withdraw it, so to speak. So we'll have to see how that works out. But I don't even know if they're going to be able to sue them in an American court, or they're going to have to be suing them in a court in the Bahamas or something like that, right? So we'll see how that works out. The reason I talk about this is because FTX, the token, I think it's FTT or something like that, they actually did have a little bit of a pump here today over the last few days because of the news about Gary Gensler saying, he said, yes, they could actually come back in this market if they wanted to, which is surprising after everything that FTX has done. They should have just kind of drifted into the sunset and let the rest of the exchanges kind of take over, because FTX has such a bad name behind it now. And I almost wonder if they're going to have to... they're going to have to rebrand themselves somehow, right? They're not going to be known as FTX, maybe. But if I was the marketing guy, you know, I have a marketing background, I would say they have to change the name, change the logo. They have to give up on their original FTX token and try to make a new one here, because, I mean, honestly, like, it's just been a complete disaster what's happened to the company overall. Remember, they're paying their CEO millions and millions of dollars out right now just to figure everything out. So if they come around, I'm sure you guys will probably see some massive marketing campaign and some other stuff. I would hope that they crash and burn after the attempt, but I don't know if people are going to be suckered into putting money with them. I know in the die-hard crypto communities, I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. You'll see people like me saying, hey, this new exchange is actually FTX rebranded, don't go there. You'll see people on Twitter, you'll see people on YouTube, TikTok, I mean, even CNBC will talk about it, Fox Business, Bloomberg, whatever. They'll all talk about it. But perhaps the new people that haven't been involved in crypto and they see that this new shiny company is there, they might not realize it, and they may get suckered into putting some money in there. Even if it does okay, out of principle, I'd probably never put money into the new FTX, whatever they try to rebrand themselves at. But I thought that was pretty interesting here. And I just wanted to show you guys this very fast too. I don't know why it's so zoomed out. That's okay. Bitcoin fund holdings hit all-time high as spot ETF excitement entices crypto investors, right? digital asset funds surpassed $1 billion in net inflows this year. Not a lot when you think about where it might be in a few years, but this is a fantastic start to, institutional money looking for a place to flow into the market, because we all know it's kind of getting tired with all the regular stocks out there. But as this money flows in there, that's going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, going over to charts and everything, this is where things are going to get a little bit more complicated for us, and I guess rightfully so, because everything's been going so crazy, right? And hey, GigaWise, hey, Fabio GT, hope you guys are all doing well. And Mr. Tanker, happy to see you back from Philadelphia. And Sanatan, I can't pronounce your name properly, but hey, hope you're doing well. What's right here? So a few things going on at this point in time, okay? We're still in this bullish momentum. Bitcoin's consolidating a little bit, but I still think we're in a good spot. We're going to go through some altcoins and some overall technical analysis, but I just want you guys to understand everything is still bullish. Everything is still fine. This is more of a day trader's market for me right now, with some slight opportunities for swing trades. And we'll talk about those ones where I might be holding for a week to see if the market continues to pump back up. But for now, there's just one thing I want to show you guys here, just to make sure you guys understand what's going on. And I want to go over here to Coinbase. There we go. Okay. Let's get rid of the order blocks for just a second. Okay. So normally we don't have a reason to look at the Fibonacci's all too much, because they, especially on a monthly chart, they don't come around too often. But as far as the one I'm concerned about, this one seems to be spot on so far this year, so we're just going to take a quick peek at it. This is a Fibonacci extension level going back to 2019, the lows that we saw there, all-time highs back over here in 2021, and to where we are now, right? Or it's going to be the lows of the FTX crash. So that long 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 month consolidation before we finally broke out last month, that was all hindered in part, and at this Fibonacci level right here. That next Fibonacci level that I'm looking at happens to be a little bit above where we are now at about 40,605, or the exact number is $40,637.63. So until Bitcoin gets really right up there, I'm going to be staying pretty bullish on where the crypto market is at this point. Of course, have your stop losses and all that type of stuff. Be warned about this death cross here. That still may not be good for the next quarter, like so I'm talking about like January, February, March. But for now, we're still in this bullish momentum, so we're going to have to keep on riding it to make some good money here, okay? Now, a few different things. Let me hop over here to the weekly chart. You'll see we're starting a good little starting a good little surge here, excuse me. Let's see. I told you guys people were going to be talking about this over the next few days, and I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter talking about this now. You see how we're testing this level of resistance at right now? We managed to close above it, but if you guys watched the video this morning, I was talking about how I think we need to close above it on the weekly here, because we are starting to see a slight slowdown of momentum, and I'm not really too concerned about it at this point in time, only because it's okay to slow down after we've had such a massive move up. We normally don't, as Bitcoin doesn't usually have these massive, few weeks of just going sky high to 1 week, a 1 week type of thing, maybe 2 weeks here before it really started to slow back down. We've had a good, 4 weeks of just going straight up, and that's understandable here. So as we kind of slow down, I'm okay with that. MACDs and stochastics and stuff like that, definitely looking a little bit overbought, but I guess the news is really hiking everything up. All right, a few more things here. MACD, again, consolidating a little bit more. It's just showing me that, hey, I'm going to be a little bit more careful than I was before when opening my position. So it's not a doomsday scenario type thing, but it's like, hey, I need to be more aware of what I'm trading. I need to be more picky, and I'm not just going to blindly buy and kind of ride the wave at this point, okay? What I'm looking for still are those nice consolidation levels. Actually, let me go back over here to the regular. This still in here? Or did this turn into a naked chart after I left it? Yeah, I did turn into a naked chart. That's okay. But what I'm basically looking for here is consolidation moments, and then when we break out, you just latch on. Or this is probably something more of you guys are going to be more willing to do because it just makes you a little bit happier when you see the profit, is during the consolidation moments of any chart out there, specifically altcoins, I would say. During that time, you are loading up in those zones with your stop loss and then waiting to see what happens next. Now, there's good scenarios where it works out very well and there's bad ones while doing that one, but it seems like the majority of you guys are willing to take that risk to make more profit on the other side of it, and that's perfectly fine. We'll go over a few scenarios here and where when it's good, when it's bad, and just to help you guys out. Okay, so I think Ethereum was probably a good example of this. We had this consolidation, we broke out, we talked about it, we had a dip, then a rip, and then of course Ethereum went up to levels of resistance. When I talked about Ethereum and I told you guys I was going to be looking at it for a long position, I wasn't expecting the news, so I was actually expecting maybe us to be around like 1900, trying to break above 2000. That news really just blew all my expectations out of the water, and so I don't really have a position here. I would say next 48 hours, I'm going to be buying Ethereum to see if it can break out again, see if that news is good or not. But I'm going to be cautious here because I'm hoping that we can get a little bit closer to 2000, and then from there I can have some type of a larger move. Stochastic, not looking the best, but MACD still showing some momentum here. It got reinvigorated, so to speak, just because of what happened with the news events, right? Now, but besides the Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're fine. I like them still overall, but most of the money that we've been talking about, to be frank, has all been coming from altcoins. A few different things here, you know, Dogecoin consolidating. This is something, hey, you want to buy it, have fun with it, wait for the breakout, and then see what happens with it. So Dogecoin's in that consolidation range where I'd be buying at this point. A lot of stuff is, right? XRP broke down, which is actually interesting here. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. You can see a death cross coming here. I'm not looking at holding this too much because most things haven't broken down like this. They still had some semblance of higher lows. This actually broke down, so I'm kind of just keeping an eye on it. I would say if you guys wanted to buy into XRP, just wait for this MACD on the 4-hour chart to really slow down and then just curl around. I still think it's an opportunity to buy XRP. What the heck happened here? There we go. And so all I would say is, where is that little sucker at? Wait for the breakout, make your life a lot easier. You're looking at a death cross happening here with the 4-hour and the 50, so you might be expecting a little bit more downside there. Ape token, this is one of those scenarios where it kind of got weird, where you could have bought some here, hoping for a larger move in a consolidation zone, but it ended up just like completely crashing down, and that goes to where we were talking about Loom. If you guys remember a few days ago, wait, where is Loom? There you go. A few days ago, we were going through CoinMarketCap, and you guys were asking like what type of coins would I be buying right now, and I kind of went through the process of what I'd be looking for on CoinMarketCap.com, and that was really coins that hadn't popped off too much on the monthly chart. So, you know, go over here to CoinMarket, and from here, just go to page 1 or 2 on CoinMarketCap.com. I think we either went to page 2 or 3, and you go to right there, Loom, right? Loom Network was right there. What hasn't been doing well this month? And then you're looking at buying some of those things and seeing what could happen with them. And Loom was like one of the few things we talked about. The other one was Luna or Luna C, I forget which one. And that could maybe one other thing. But what happened? So we talked about buying it right here. Okay, Wednesday, because I didn't stream yesterday. Nice, it was a nice buying entry point if you consider where it is now. But what happened? Bitcoin went down just a little bit, and altcoins freaking flipped their shit and just collapsed here. Oh, let me take off. I forgot. I wanted to disable the Nightbot thing here. I forgot it's gonna be going off every few minutes. Let me. No, I'm not gonna just leave it there. So we saw a stop. Most people probably got stopped if they had stop losses. If they didn't have stop losses, they're perfectly fine right now. But we saw a crash here, at least on Binance. And I think most altcoins had this effect where, let's say you bought around here. You fell down like 27% in a matter of like hours. I think this probably happened within a few minutes though, right? Yeah, this is like one 15-minute candle just plunged. Everybody got stopped out. Because I think a lot of people had stop losses. That's why you saw it happen across so many different altcoins. And then afterwards, then it kept on going to some nice highs. So it ended up working out, but only if you didn't have a stop loss. And to be frank, I mean, like, I didn't lose any money on it, but I would have been perfectly fine if I lost money with that stop loss happening, because at a certain point, if you're trading this with like 10x leverage, 20x leverage, you could have hurt your overall account so bad, or it might have even gotten liquidated if you did an isolated trade before it ended up going back up here. So I'm not too concerned, but just be careful with some of the stuff we had here, because, you know, this is Crow Coin right here. This is something else I wanted to look at, but where's it at? Even Shiba Inu had some things like that. Dot had big one right there. Doge on Mars, big one right there. Engine. So a lot of tokens got annihilated with those stop losses. So I would still keep them on there just for safety, because not all of the tokens are going to recover as nicely as Loom. I only think Loom recovered because, again, lower market cap token, but it was very oversold compared to a lot of other tokens out there. And I had been talking about how, oh, this looks like it's ready to go. Just like with the, what was the other one we talked about? I think it was Luna. This one? I don't know if it was Luna or Luna C. Yeah, I guess it was Luna. This is not something I really ever trade. I have some of this for fun, for long-term holds, but I normally don't trade it all too much here. The last time I think I bought this was like August, like way back over here when it first opened up. It wasn't on KuCoin here, so probably gonna do another chart back when that first initial boom was happening and a lot of stuff went crazy. But same type of thing. Well, let's go to the weekly chart. Before this pop happened, it hadn't popped compared to a lot of other stuff. When it finally popped, it had a really sizable thing. I didn't open a trade because usually I don't want to trade this. Same thing as always, and it's very hard to find this for some of the exchanges that I like to trade on. But if you guys didn't listen to me, you guys could have made some money. I just have a rule about trading stuff like this when it comes to swing trading and day trading. Usually I get stopped out more than I win here because of external circumstances that aren't really, like, technical analysis related. But just keep that in mind here. There are still a few opportunities out there, but you're gonna have to still be creeping bit by bit and seeing what's actually moving here. Like maybe this ape NFT may be an opportunity, but then you're starting to get into stuff. See, all this stuff has popped. All this stuff has popped. 40% last 30 days, 50% for the last 50 days, 60%, 70%, 80%, 100%, 826%. You know, at a certain point, you're like, I don't want to buy that. Then you got to keep on going to page number 3. Go start from the bottom. Wrapped Kava, whatever this is down 88%. That's too much for me to want to trade. This Stasis Euro, I don't know if that's actually tied to the Euro or something, or if it's trying to be a stablecoin. I don't know. That may be something. Decimal may be something here. TNC coin may be something here. Year to date, oh, this may have been glitched out though. I'm not entirely sure about the data here. So there's a few opportunities. XRD, and the market caps are okay here, but let's actually go XRD. Let me see if I can find it. There's just not going to be as many of them right now. That's the thing you gotta understand. Like, here's the weekly chart. We're primed to go back up towards 6 cents or so for like a pop of 29%, something like that. Daily chart looking to break above the 50. So you're ready to go here, but you know, again, just be careful. And you know, I mean, who knows where you could even buy something like this. It has a decent market cap here, so like 465 million at this point. Yeah, it's on KuCoin, it's on some BingX and stuff like that, so it should be okay. But my point being, it's getting harder and harder to find this. So what you do, instead of just trading stuff like this, what you guys are going to have to be doing is buying stuff that's kind of been going down over the last few days. So let me go over here to the weekly, daily charts. Mana is not consolidating enough for me to want to buy right now. I'm go over here, Sand no, Spell no. I mean, Spell's going up a little bit. It just broke out here. Maybe Spell could be something for tomorrow. Sushi could be something I look at. It's just popped up too much, so I got to be a lot more picky even here. UFO token, see how it's consolidating after this nice move, then it popped up. That's what we're hoping for. It's Bitcoin. ID is something I'd be looking for a breakout above the 200. That's something right there. Arbitrum, not consolidating enough here, but getting close for me to do a nibble in there. Pepe, I'd probably want to see it come down a little bit more here. But yeah, it's the time to be picky. XLM, I could see this one coming back up a little bit. Jesus, like when those stop losses got hit, and there's a lot of people, you see how fast people hop into the market. It crashed down about 15%. That, you know, things happen very, very fast. Comp is still doing fine. Overall, the long-term portfolio too, I think that's still doing fine. I haven't had a chance to look at it just so far yet today. So ApeCoin is at 40. That's the one. There's only been a few that I've actually said like, hey, let's make these into swing trades to see how they do this week. Ape was one of them. That's at 40% with a 2x leverage. And the other one was Matic. The rest of them are more longer term things. And Matic is up 36%, or with a 2x leverage, 15%. So they've both done fairly well. I think the majority of you guys, if you guys did take any of those trades though, because the Matic one was 11.1, and then I doubled down on it 11.4, you know, just last week. You're probably scared out of that one. You know, holding it for less than a week makes some good profit. Ape token, we bought that 10.23. Took a while for that to pop, and we bought it at $1.13. Currently, it's at $1.42. So, when you're thinking about it, that's still a pretty good profit to just take and run away, so to speak. But I mean, everything else, as far as the other long-term holds, they are still doing very well. We did the Loom trade as well. When did we do that? 10.19. Oh, this is a longer-term Loom one. That one's at 54%, 35% for Matic. OXT is 43%. We got PolyX. We bought this one, I think, last week. Yeah, 11.1. Or yeah, last week, yeah. That one's down 8%. Now, I only put a few bucks in it, so I'm only down 19 cents because I want to double down over time. I literally bought 20 of them at 20 cents. So, yeah, bear with me here. RNDR, that one's down 10%. We got TRB down 34%. UNIF down 3%. TRB, when did we buy this one? 11.9. Oh, I bought this yesterday. Haha. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I bought some stuff yesterday. I totally forgot. So it'll take some time, but I bought it right here on a crash. And we'll see what happens with it down the road, but definitely not doing good so far. This is a longer term one though, guys, so bear with me on it. Let it have some losses, but this thing looks like it could probably still be coming down over the next few days. How much did I buy of this though? I bought 0.3. So I think I spent like 30-40 bucks on it. Not the end of the world, but still, not everything's working out. Although I guess it's been one day, but still, down 30%, 2x leverage is not something you want to see on a longer term trade or a shorter term trade. All right, but if you guys have any coins you want me to check out, let me know. If you guys want to talk about any news, so far, what I'm thinking about Bitcoin is it's just at a level of resistance. I don't really feel the need to buy at this point, and so instead, I'm looking to trade altcoins and kind of watch those levels of support and resistance. Being safe with it, but also, let me put that Fibonacci level back on here. Waiting for Bitcoin to take that next surge. And for me, you know, I need to see a little bit more of a consolidation. I want to see something more of an entry point, because Bitcoin really hasn't been giving us the best entry points. The last entry point I said that I would take on Bitcoin, I made that members video for you guys. I just don't know what the day of it was. I remember showing it to you the other day. I can't stand this new YouTube thing. It's messing with my eyes. Yeah, it was like 2 whole weeks ago. It was as we were crashing right down here. Yeah, I remember. I posted the video right over here, and it crashed right there. And I told you I wasn't going to break down there. That was the last good entry point I saw for taking Bitcoin. And you guys know I'm a little bit more conservative, so I like to be a little bit more greedy with my buying opportunities. I haven't seen something that makes me like, oh yeah, I want to be buying Bitcoin. The only reason I said, hey, it's okay to buy over here is because every single time we freaking go up or crash back down, there's a buyer there ready. Buyers at the ready. Buyers at the ready. Buyers at the ready right here. Every single time we have these crashes, and buyers have definitely been at the ready here. But there we go. One last thing here. Dollar index is slowly coming back down. We'll see. I think we're going to have some data coming out over the next few weeks, so we'll keep an eye on it. We're seeing the dollar index test out resistance. It's probably going to continue to break down here unless we have some crazy news coming out. Jerome Powell, I think, has been pretty dovish as far as the rate hike situation is concerned. He keeps on trying to act hawkish, but if you act hawkish and then when you have the opportunity to raise rates, you don't take them, to me, that's not very a hawkish stance overall. It means a very dovish stance for where inflation is going. I don't know. Next inflation report is going to be coming out, release date November 13th, so it's Monday, I think. Yeah, Monday, 8:30 a.m., and that's going to be for October. So that'll be nice. So get ready for more volatility, because I think that'll kind of tell us where we're going, because if inflation's too hot, then maybe, just maybe, Jerome Powell will have to do the extra rate hike. I thought he would have already done it already, but he's really dovish about where inflation's going at this point. So I guess he just kind of sees the economy slowing and doesn't want to overdo it. But no matter what he does, it's going to be perceived as overdoing it if we go into recession. And then he's most likely going to take too long lowering rates to get us out of the recession. And then at the same time, will he decide to lower rates back down to zero? Probably not, because as you guys know, the government doesn't have the ability to stop spending more than we're taking in. So it's just going to... it's a cycle that he can't control, because he can only has like one, he's only one part of the equation when it comes to fighting inflation. The other part right now is, I guess, we have a divided government, so that means they're not going to be passing as many bills. I don't even think they've passed the Israel defense budget. I know they haven't passed the Ukrainian defense budget bill, things they're trying to go over there. So, oh wait, aren't we supposed to have a government shutdown next week? That's more volatility in the mix. Gee, there's so much shit going on this week or next week. Okay, get ready for a very exciting next week. And you thought this week was crazy. Hopefully next week is another reason to go up and not crash back down, because with all the increased volatility, things are going to get pretty hefty. Next week, I'm going to be very busy having my house deep cleaned and doing a lot of like maids coming over here, cleaning everything, walking my new cleaning lady around after the deep cleaners come in here and do all my pantries and refrigerators and all that type of crap. So I'm probably going to be streaming at like totally random times, like in the morning, afternoon, at night, random times. The one thing I want you guys to be prepared about, so if I'm not streaming or something like that, and you guys like, is Michael a buy or a sell, or is he scared about something? If we break down below this green line right here, which is the 20-day moving average, then I start to get very concerned about what happens over the next few weeks. Okay, that's going to be crucial. I won't start getting busy until Tuesday, because I literally have deep cleaners coming in here, and I have people cleaning my house from like 10 o'clock in the morning until like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. So I'm talking like cleaning every little thing they can in the household, nook and cranny, microwaves, kitchens, ovens, all that type of stuff, garage. Then carpet cleaners coming in towards the end of the day, all types of crap. So watch that 20-day moving average. Normally, after we have a little bit of a pump, if we start messing around with that, we tend to come back down. We start messing around with it, we tend to start coming back down, okay? Even over here, so after a big pump, we start messing around with that, things don't usually end up well. So just be aware of that one thing, and I think you guys are going to be okay, because there's going to be a tendency, if we have a large dump, like over here or something, there's going to be a tendency to buy again, because so far every dip has been getting bought back up. It usually, that cycle usually breaks around that time, okay? Doesn't mean it's the end of the world, but you may buy, then you're probably going to get stopped out, and then you're going to be like, what the heck do I do now? The only thing that goes against that is we are still waiting for the news from the SEC, and I still haven't heard anything about that besides more ETFs maybe down the road. And the way I'm looking at this now, everybody is, well, okay, well, we've had the Bitcoin ETF announcement. We've had the Ethereum one. Are we going to get a Solana one? Are we going to get a Dogecoin one? Are we going to get a, I don't know, what else is over here? Shiba Inu one, a Crow, a BNB, whatever. Some are obviously more important than others. But every single time there's a news announcement about that, you're going to see a spike in that price. which means I am very against heavily shorting without stop losses. And even with stop losses, I just don't feel as comfortable shorting specific coins. So I'm more likely to short things that are not like Solana, not like Ethereum or Bitcoin. I want to short things like Shiba Inu, FTT, whatever the FTX token, stuff like that. Not so much the things that have the possibility of being made into an NFT, not NFT, EFT, ETF, Jesus, and then causing that price to skyrocket. Okay, I don't want to have myself in that position. You guys may feel more okay with it, but just be careful. If you guys want to feel more confident about shorting, I would still just wait until that 20-day moving average creeps up to Bitcoin. And then I'd be a little bit more okay with that. But so far, guys, I mean, we're doing just fine. There's nothing bad. But I'm preparing for something bad to happen here because we've had that next pop. It wasn't too big. We're consolidating right now. And I'm watching to see what happens on the 4-hour. We've broken down below the 20 few times here. But again, we better have another strong move before we start coming back up here to that 20. Which means we have... Let's go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 days. So sometime next week, we're probably going to break down below it unless we have more news. In which case, then, then we're crashing all the way back down here till 33,500. Now, it'll still be 33,500. It'll still be fine, but that move will send altcoins tumbling down, which will just be devastating for portfolios out there who have not done their proper scaling out or stop losses and things like that. Like I said, a lot of the longs that I had over the last few weeks, I'd been moving my stop losses up, and then you had stuff like XRP where they got stopped out because they just slammed down. Nothing I can do about it. Maybe you can see I moved them up too much, but I still wanted to lock in the profits of the things I bought, either a few days ago or a few weeks ago. I wanted to walk away with money. Ape token, look at that. Ape token, which I think is, more of a higher market cap token. It still crashed down 20% in a 15-minute period of time. I don't want to be holding anything like that. I want to, have my stop loss hit and I'll be fine. A lot of my stop losses hit, which kind of sucked because the stop loss hits over here, then it goes back up. But now that I'm out, I don't really feel an incentive to be buying back into the market at this point. So I just want you guys to understand that majority of my positions are kind of out of the market right now. Day trading into those consolidations or swing trading into those consolidations is what I'm looking for. But I have to be so much more picky now because everything's not consolidating like it was just a couple weeks ago when I was saying, hey, buy altcoins, buy altcoins, buy altcoins. It's been a couple weeks and now I'm like, sit on your hands, and be very picky about what you're looking for. And at the end of the day, you can all make your own decisions, but just understand there's going to be a lot more volatility than expected. And nobody knows what the inflation numbers are going to be like next week. Nobody knows what's going to be happening as far as the Bitcoin ETF. All we can kind of do is wait for individual breakouts and take those opportunities while just being mindful of what's going on overall with Bitcoin. Because, I'm all out of my Ethereum right now as well. And not so much because this thing crashed, it's just because it hit my price target. I wasn't expecting a breakout, but it came very close to breaking out just off of that news. The only thing that irks me about Ethereum is not that it shot up. I'm very happy about that. It's that it didn't break above and it's not making new highs for the year. I was hopeful that Ethereum might be around like 2,400 at this point, and maybe it will be in a couple weeks, but it's kind of trailing behind Bitcoin. It's really trailing behind Bitcoin. But I think that's just because it overperformed during the first part of the year, right? And now it's just kind of getting back up there. Maybe that's what it is. If we didn't have this spike, maybe that would have made a little bit of a difference. Who knows? But I'm watching it closely. I don't have any. I'm hoping it consolidates and I can buy some more. But look at the daily chart for Ethereum. It's not coming down nearly enough for me to buy. I need to come down a little bit more for a nibble. Then if it comes all the way back down here, I'll be a little bit more concerned, but I'll still probably be buying into it. But okay. You guys know all the technicals now as far as Bitcoin and some of these altcoins. Make up your own minds. You guys can do some good trades. And if you guys have any questions, let them fly. I closed my position of 2,100. Where can I get back in? Oh, hey, Nico. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 20, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's going to be best opportunity at this point. All you got to do is just be watching watching that 20-day moving average on Bitcoin is going to save you so much grief with everything else in the market. It's going to save you guys so much grief. Should I buy Bitcoin and hold it till mid 2024? The way I would describe it is I wouldn't say you need to buy it in bulk right now, but I would just be looking at this as far as a long-term hold. If you're looking at that type of strategy where you buy a little bit today, you buy a little bit next week, a little bit the week after, then the week after, then the week after. Saves you a lot of time. It helps you kind of mitigate potential losses. Like if you went all in on Bitcoin right now at 37,000 and it went down to 25,000 or something, and like within like a month or something, you would feel really bad and maybe sell it, and then all of a sudden it'd pop back up to 30,000. You'd be like trying to run back into it, and then you would have less Bitcoin overall. So buying a little bit every week is usually the best way for me to go. You can buy a little bit every month, but typically I feel like people don't like doing that as much because they miss out on some of the volatility that they may enjoy. So if you see Bitcoin dump one week or dump one day, that's usually an opportunity to buy into it. Because, you know, when I do some of my swing trades, they take a while to actually kick off. Remember I showed you guys the video from July 4th, and I made that video saying, Happy 4th, I'm shorting the market. And so I know an interesting way to get a video going, but July 4th was right here. It took 1 week, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks before a dump occurred. 6 weeks. All right. So if you're talking about multiple quarters, dollar cost averaging is going to make your life a lot easier, in my opinion. All right, let's back this up a little bit more right here. And all we're waiting for right now is just testing out this damn level of resistance here. But we really don't have much more upside here, in my opinion. That's why I'm being a little bit more cautious. I think altcoins are going to be fine. Bitcoin's going to be fine. But what happens when we actually reach that level of resistance? It could be a few weeks or maybe even months before we break out above that again. And usually people might get very pessimistic during that time. Oh my God, we're going back down to $0, whatever. And all, you know, everybody's minds start to really flutter there. Is Luna C safe now? I mean, I don't think so, but I think it's the same thing as trading GameStop or AMC. Very volatile. There's ways to make money off of it. I think it's probably a better bet than AMC or GameStop. I'd be more willing to just plop $100 into any one of those Luna C or Luna, let it sit and just wait. Like, wait. Don't need to put a lot of money into it. I think it'd perform just fine for you. I would usually go for the one that has the lowest market cap. The low market cap ones seem to be doing very, very well right now. But again, it already popped up 100%. Do you want to buy something that just popped up 100%? That's where the problem comes for so much stuff. But if Bitcoin comes tumbling back down over the next few weeks and you want to find an entry point, it's going to be much easier around that time than where it is now. Like, you know, again, after breaking out about 100%. See, and hey, Nicholas, happy to see you back, man. People's hearts going crazy betting on FTT. I mean, yeah, what do you call it? It's, let's see if I can, I don't know if do I even have a way to look at it? Oh, it's on Binance. Wow. I mean, there you go. It went from $1 up to $4.62 just off of the news from Gary Gensler talking about, hey, FTX can come back. I just don't know. Okay, I'm never going to buy this. I'm never going to bet on it. It would be a fun YOLO bet if you guys want to take the opportunity. Awesome. But will they be allowed to continue to have this after everything that's been done? I honestly don't know. Because eventually, let's say FTX comes back, and let's say they rebrand themselves and do a whole bunch of stuff. For the most part, a lot of us are still going to know that this is FTX. Just, you know, they took off the shit cover. Now they're like in a Teletubby costume that just smells like shit. It's just not something that I would be looking for a long-term hold. But I would say you can do it as long as you have that process in your head saying, hey, this is a YOLO that I'm looking to hold on to for a long time. I'm okay if I lose all my money because I want to see where this is at when Bitcoin hits its all next time high. And I'm not even going to think about it until then. that's the scenario in which I would buy this. Not really many more reasons to buy it besides that, you know, hoping that FTX can come back and do some magic and stuff. But FTX is going to have to... The regulation on this sucker is going to be so extreme that anytime they break some rule, they're going to get caught. And every single time they get caught, or the SEC or anybody comes after them, the share price is going to crash and burn. So there's going to be a lot of volatility. But if you're okay with just holding until Bitcoin all-time highs, I think you'd most likely make money off of it. It's just that it's not going to be a pleasant hold like a lot of other stuff might be. 1 hour chart. Here you go. Right. What can you do? Like, this is back in October. Right. News came out. This is November. And it's kind of skyrocketed. Keeps on going up further and further and further. You know, you can buy every dip and it seems to be working just fine. Not something I'd be looking at this point in time, though, for me. But for you guys, I think a lot of you guys would probably like to play it. But different strategies here. Pepe ETF. I mean, at this point, you know, if the SEC keeps on losing all these cases, there might be more room for a lot of these different types of ETFs for different types of altcoins to really pop up here. I'd be happy to see any of them, honestly. But, you know, the SEC, they're going to drag it out. It's not just anybody can do it. You're going to have all these lawsuits. You're going to have to prove that the SEC is not acting in good faith. We've already seen it happen a few times where the SEC has been, again, they're a bunch of losers right now. And they're not going to be winners for a while because they kept on trying to enforce laws that didn't exist. And you can't do that. You can't do that. And I think now they're paying the price. But I mean, it was our tax dollars that was wasted on all those cases. And we got some pops out of it. But man, I mean, can you imagine if XRP never got sued, where their price might have gone over the past few years? It would have been going parabolic. That's why I say XRP has the opportunity to overtake Ethereum over the next, 5-something years. Maybe even sooner. The institutional money is good money. It matters. But a little bit sketchy over the last few years just because of all the SEC stuff happening. Hey Larry, need your expert opinion on a corp with a stable growth rate of 14%, safe dividend. Ooh, nice. Every 2 years, additional 50% growth through product sales, 30% upcharge for at least the next 6 years. Sound good, my corp? It sounds good, but just make sure that whatever sectors they're in, it's not going to be hit by any potential sanctions with China. Or uranium coming from Russia. Those are the only two things that have really been kind of more iffy over the last few quarters. It looks like Russian uranium over the next few years is going to be sanctioned off, so nobody can buy it. And then you're also going to be looking at China. You already saw that administration start targeting AI companies and things like that. Just be aware that that's going to cause some concerns over the next few quarters here. I don't have it down to like a date when it's going to happen, but you can see that trend happening already. But me and you have both been buying up uranium for months now. I think over a year now. Actually, I think at this point. So I'm so long on uranium though. NA crypto AXR DCA dollar cost averaging. It's definitely the way to go. Definitely the way to go. If you guys don't know how to day trade or swing trade, it's the easiest way you can make money. It takes a while, but man, that when you get that big fat wad of cash at the end of the holding, it makes you feel really good, doesn't it? What are my top 3 favorite altcoins at the moment? I always have a safe one. That safe one is always going to be Ethereum. The most risky of them is going to be STMX, and it has a lower market cap, but still something I like a lot. And the third one, I don't know about a third one here as far as like something I just really love passionately. Most stuff I buy, I tend to like a little bit. My ultimate, the most dangerous and YOLO one, I guess. More of a long shot, I guess, than even STMX is probably going to be Spell Token. only because it has a very tiny market cap. And I've been seeing metaverse tokens get a little bit more of a pop over the last few weeks, specifically because of some of the stuff going on with Meta. I wanted to order some of those new Meta sunglasses if you guys have seen those ones, and I was going to have some fun doing some videos for you guys when I was in Vegas. But the sunglasses that they have, you know, imagine me talking and walking Loki and doing a recording, right? Oh, I don't want to see them from Meta. I just wanted to see it from, yeah, there you go. They don't ship for like 2 weeks or something like that. So I think I have to go down to downtown Bellevue, which is right outside Seattle, and just go to their store and see if they have any in stock. But they, I mean, they seem pretty cool. I was looking at some this normal style. That other style looks kind of weird with the eyeballs. I was gonna get these flashy ones. Let me see if I can show you guys which ones I was gonna. Dark green, dusty red, polarized. I was gonna get these. I have. Oh, I don't have them on me, but I have a lot of sunglasses. I don't have any sunglasses that have any personality to them, I guess you would say. So I was looking for my first red colored or brown or green, anything colored stuff. So these were the ones I wanted. But if you go over here and you add them to the bag, first of all, it's $350, which I guess isn't a lot. It's a lot for sunglasses, if you ask me. But it's not gonna. Yeah, responsible shipping up to 9 business days. Delivery may take up to 10 business days. After 9 business days, fuck it. I'll go actually walk into a store and see if I can buy them in person. I want to buy some Bitcoin and Ethereum as well, but I don't want to scare shareholders or banks away from giving the loans. Yeah, it does make it more difficult, doesn't it? It definitely makes it more difficult. I would always say go for it. Just make sure you have all the financing secured. Usually makes things a lot easier, in my opinion. Because the bank's not going to usually tell you within the paperwork, hey, don't buy this, don't make this investment. But they may be surprised when you do. But as long as you're paying back everything, you know, doing everything properly, I doubt they're going to care. Just, you know, don't over leverage yourself into the cryptocurrency markets and become something like that. But I don't think that's something you're really looking for. And hey, Sticks. Hey, Mike, is cake a falling knife or more of a consolidation? When you said that, I imagined real cake and not the cake cryptocurrency, so it took me a couple seconds, my bad. Consolidation, on the hour chart at least. Geez, I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. Popped up 144%. No, it's a consolidation, but it doesn't mean it's going to continue. Doesn't mean it's going to pop up though. That's the thing. But yeah, at this moment in time, last couple days, it's definitely been consolidating here, waiting to make another higher move. So the way I'd mitigate that is not to buy during the consolidation. Just wait for a breakout. Then you could be like, okay, now we're cooking. Now I can buy back in. But this definitely doesn't give me the vibes of something that's about to pop anytime soon. That way you can just wait, you know, until 10 hours. In 10 hours, you should have an answer. Before that, I would say you should have an answer as well, but 10 hours max. Do this. You could already see broke down right there. You could try to adjust it, I suppose, to where we are now. That was a workout right there. There you go. At this point, you can see all those death crosses occurring. I would just wait to see if we break out, and that breakout will give you a lot of help going forward. Because right now, maybe I should open this stuff up a little bit more. Right? We're not as oversold, overbought. This is an hour chart, so I guess it doesn't matter as much because you can see how we've been consolidating for the past few hours. Since yesterday at 11 a.m. So, you know, over 24 hours ago. We're doing fine there. Okay, buying opportunity. We're getting close to having a MACD crossover on the 1 hour chart, which isn't too good. 4 hour, we're getting close to a bullish crossover here. So I would say just wait, but you're going to have to, this is the easiest, the easy way to look at this, if you have a trading view account, is to add this trend line on here. Which, did I have this on the hour chart or something? Right click the line. And it's going to say add alert on trend line. Crossing trend line only once. Alert name. Cake. Breakout. And then from there you just hit create and make sure that it, you get the notification sent to you in app, or play a sound, whatever, or send to your email, or send it to your phone number, whatever. I would say that's probably the best thing you could do at this moment in time, because I'm not confident enough to actually buy this here, because for all we know, you may buy, it may break out, but it may actually break down again, then break out over here, and then you get stopped out somewhere in there. That's my main concern, especially because Bitcoin's in a consolidation moment itself here. But I don't think if it dumps again, I don't think it'll come back down here. So I think it'll be safe from that happening. But again, if you have any type of stop loss anywhere reasonable around this zone, it's going to get stopped out if you try to buy now. And again, if Bitcoin doesn't have a breakout anytime soon, you could definitely see that momentum coming back down. Back over to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at a resistance level right now. It may have to consolidate a little bit longer. Usually when I see stuff like this, I'm like, Bitcoin needs to come back down, get a breather, then rally back up. That's what I would assume Bitcoin's going to do. And while that happens, you might see altcoins go a little bit crazy here. There's still other day trades out there, like crypto.com. That one's doing fine. This one always does good because they have a whole bunch of features for the people that own their crypto. They get like free Netflix and stuff like that. It's pretty nice. But you know, this is going to crash and burn eventually as well too. It's going to get up to that level of resistance. But I'd be day trading stuff like that. But as far as Cake's concerned, it's okay. It's fine. I just give it some time to cook a little bit more, so to speak. No pun intended, even though I laughed at it. And you'll be good to go. But right now I'm looking at Bitcoin. I'm like, we need some time to consolidate. And AKJ, is it a good time to buy altcoins now? Depends on the altcoin. It really all depends on the altcoin. Generally, I would say there's a lot of altcoins you can be looking at, but there's a few that are exploding right now that I would not touch with a 10-foot pole. What you're looking for at this point is there's some altcoins that are going sideways and they're not, or even sideways and down, and they're in a downtrend. When they break out, then you could buy them, but they all break out at different times. That's why it was a lot easier over the last few months when I was telling you guys I'm loading up on altcoins, I'm loading up on altcoins, I'm loading up on altcoins, because altcoins were kind of in the gutter while Bitcoin dominance kept on going higher and higher and higher and higher. Now we're finally starting to see the altcoins go up. You have to be more picky now. That's like the whole first part of this stream was picky. Still, the same thing applies here. Play it safe. Just wait for breakouts. If you want to buy something that's in a consolidation that hasn't broken out yet, I might be looking at some type of stabilization over the last 12 hours of candles. And then on top of that, maybe on a 2 hour, 1 hour, or 4 hour MACD, you're looking at a more of a bullish crossover where you can see the momentum starting to go back up. The most confident of them being the 4 hour, though, if you're looking for a really good buying opportunity, we buy, hold, and watch it go up a little bit further, okay? Have your stop losses. Stay safe when you do those trades, though. NATP, hey bro, now Sol going up to or down? I don't know what Sol's doing. I haven't checked it out really today. Last time I checked it out was when I woke up, and that was a long time ago. It's consolidating right now, but I would not be buying this. That's the 1 hour chart. 4 hour, starting to see some slowing down. MACD slowing down as well. Some bearish moves by the stochastic daily chart. No, I wouldn't be buying this right now. It already broke out. Like when I'm looking at stuff like this, let's go to the 4 hour chart. Or the chart. Why did I have this line here? Well, the first breakout was right there. That one ended up going up too well. That was the MACD at that time. We didn't have any crossovers, not really much bullish action there, that's why. Second one right there. Is this when we talked about it? Yeah, the last time I talked about buying Solana was right over here. And it had that same type of thing. We broke out, came back down, then we continued to go higher. Consolidated even more, came up higher over here. I mean, it could definitely keep on going up. It just, the ratio doesn't seem to be worth it, because if you put a stop loss on this, it's going to be crazy. Oh, this is a baby one. Let me just see if this actually came into fruition here at all. No, not until $61. Might as well try this one. No, not too bad. That one doesn't matter at all. Okay. I would probably just say consolidation then up, but you're looking at this uptrend here. It's going to have to come back down. Right. Until it breaks down, it's still looking pretty solid. I just would not be buying it right now. I would not be touching this sucker. This is a 15-minute chart, though, so again, that means consolidation, then another buying opportunity here. But I would be waiting for a little bit better price before buying in here. Daily chart, I don't buy stuff that's like this. It's just not the type of trader not the type of trade I do. It just broke out. It may continue to surge a little bit more, but I need to see something a little bit more than that. Give it some time to consolidate, wait for a breakout, and then I'll be all in it again, but I need to see some type of breakout. And right now, that does not look like it's going to be breaking out anytime soon. 5-minute chart. Had to break down. Testing out resistance where it should be coming back down a little bit. No, I'd give this some breathing room for now, and then look to buy over the next few hours if you're going to be buying into it. But yeah, I'd be taking a little bit safer. See. Oh, and hey, Secretfish, welcome back. Hope you're doing well, and thanks for thanks for modding for me. Sometimes I get so stuck on the charts I forget. Let's see. What's right here? Oh, and hey, Haram, happy to see you back. And Sticks, I'm profit all the way down at 150. Oh, yeah, you're doing fine then, Sticks. Congrats on the wins then. And hey, Haram, dude, I'm doing pretty well. It's been a busy day. I got a lot of stuff coming up over the next few weeks, which will be nice to get everything situated. I played with Loki sometime today, for a little bit today, and then made myself some coffee. Except for, I don't know why. I've been drinking coffee like at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and it's been really bad. I got some melatonin to help me crash around like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock so I can wake up earlier. I've been waking up like at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock lately, and I've been going to bed like at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's been bad. And okay, I mean, I've been watching Bloomberg and CNBC, like early morning CNBC, which nobody watches early morning CNBC. Yeah. See, Secret Fish, we were just talking about those new sunglasses from Meta. I want to get some just to see how they are, but normally I'm not the type of guy that blows a few $100 like that on sunglasses like that. I really hope the quality is good on them though, just so I can record stuff. And hey, Ghost, happy to see you back. Hope your positions are doing well. I can see trading with Bitcoin. Give me some signal, bro. Some coin short time. I don't know what that means. At this point in time, it depends on the time frame you're looking for if you're trying to make the trade, right? Right now, Bitcoin is still pretty bullish going on for the next few days. We're at a level of resistance right now, and I don't buy levels of resistance. I buy breakouts traditionally. I would be looking for altcoins to buy, not necessarily Bitcoin. Maybe if you want to see something a little bit bigger, maybe you could go long on Ethereum if Ethereum manages to break out, and I haven't seen Ethereum break out so far. We're testing out that level of resistance here. And we're coming back down pretty handily, actually. But, I mean, we got pumped up by a lot of news here, so... I mean, that's that's one way about it. Yeah. This is, the way I would describe this moment is not a moment to buy or short. This is a moment where you're just waiting on your hands for the majority of tokens and waiting for those breakouts to occur. When I was talking about buying a whole bunch of stuff up, that was last week, the week before, and then heavily a couple months before that. And this is the time where we're taking our profits. it's not as easy now as it was a few weeks ago when everything was a little bit more, a few months ago when everything was more oversold as far as Bitcoin dominance and everything else we talked about. And hey, Carl, any chance you can check out Sushi looking to enter? Yeah, Sushi's definitely been pretty volatile here. Wait, sorry, my dog's over here. His ears are down. He's looking at me all sad, like, why aren't you paying attention to me? All right. Definitely had that death cross, and you had that same news that hit a bunch of other tokens out there. Momentum still seems to be coming down quite a bit, but are we looking at a small breakout here? It's trying to break out. So you're having a breakout here on the 1 hour chart. This might actually be a good, decent place to enter. Your stop loss would probably be around like 95 cents or so. The thing about this, though, is I wouldn't necessarily be treating this as something of a swing trade where I'm looking to hold on to it for a while. Let me check out this over here. You've had the MACD crossover on the 2 hour. How's the 4 hour looking? Had the MACD crossover on the 4 hour. I think this is ready to go. You're still not technically overbought here on the stochastic. But I think you're going to be looking for more of a price range around $1, let's call it $1.08 to $1.15. I wouldn't be expecting it to get back up to $1.22 anytime soon unless we have like some type of larger surge. But I still think you're in a prime position here. Maybe you want to wait for a confirmation break on the 4 hour chart or something like that. But I mean, we're close to breaking back above the 50 here. Last time we broke 50 is pretty good. Broke down. A lot of volatility around the 50-day moving, or excuse me, the 50 moving average on the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart specifically here. Let's go back over here. 4 hour chart. 50. Yeah, a lot of volatility here. Some good volatility there. Not too much right there. Yeah, you're in a pretty good spot if you ask me. I'd be buying around here with a 95-cent stop loss and then waiting for that big move to happen. 2 hour chart. Maybe you just want to use the 50-day on the 2 hour here. That's around 97. That's not terrible. I'd give it more room. I don't want to have this thing be stopped out before it gets going. Yeah, I think this would be fine to go long here. Momentum is on your side and you're looking for that breakout. It already broke out once now. It's just trying to confirm the breakout here over the next few candles. And hey, Sugarfish, thank you very, very much for the super chat, my man. I really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a nice Friday night here. Hope I'll message you on Discord after this and ask how you're doing. But I hope you have been well. Ooh, excuse me. I feel like I've been talking a lot, but it hasn't been on streaming. It's just been talking in life, and normally I don't talk to people too much. And now all of a sudden my throat's getting tired from over talking. And thank you very much, Sugarfish. I really do appreciate it. I don't know why. It's like the kid in me. I always like those little animations, though. I think that's what it is. All right. Oh, geez. C2, thank you very much, Sugarfish. Secret, if you want any technical analysis or you want me to check up anything for you, let me know. And, hey, I can't pronounce your name. I want name one. What are your thoughts on Arbitrum? As far as Arbitrum is concerned, I think it's fine for the long term. Short term, I haven't actually checked it out for like 2 days here. Last time I talked about it, I said it needed to cook a little bit longer. So let me see if it actually cooked. It's Wednesday. See, yeah, okay, so we talked about this and said I needed to cook. It did consolidate a little bit more. It did have a breakout here. You can see that trend line right there, and it came up a little bit more. But see, this is bugging me for a lot of different altcoins right now. You see these long candles right here. If you did a non-spot trade, or even if you did a regular, even if you didn't do a spot trade, you'd be looking at this, where within a 15-minute period of time, it fell down 16%. That makes it very hard to want to actually go trading this in, okay, or going to trade this. So overall, I still feel fine for it. I still look happy with it. It's consolidating right now. It's looking to hold support here. I would not buy during the consolidation. I think that's why I'm kind of shifting right now. I think I'd wait and see what happens on the breakout. MACD crossover on the 4-hour chart's bearish, stochastic bearish. This one doesn't seem as bullish as some of the other plays out there. Still has momentum going in its favor. Stochastic still in a decent area, but I would have this on the watch list and seeing what happens over the next 24 hours. If it consolidates a little bit more, I think I'd be in a good spot there. And hey, Secret Fish, thank you very much again. Dude, you always make me more emotional. So thank you, Secret Fish. What do you call it? It's always the anime. Oh, wait, the animation's new. Wait. Two of the ones are new. Because one of my favorites is the super effective one. That's always nice. I think the other one where he kind of flies into the city or something like that is one of my other favorites. And then you see this one with is that a Dogecoin? I swear, YouTube needs to make more Dogecoin or Shiba Inu type dogs, and I'd be there for it. Or a German Shepherd one. Loki would love that one, I'm pretty sure. Thank you very much, Secret Fish. Let me know if you have any questions. I know you're a busy guy, but I do appreciate the support of the channel. For those of you guys that know, like half the money from this channel pretty much comes from Secret Fish. He's like an awesome guy. And whenever he gives super chats, I always want to take a couple minutes to like say thank you very much because he does help out the channel a lot. My income pretty much comes from like trading and stuff, but this YouTube channel isn't really profitable without people like Secret Fish. I want to say thank you, Secret. And what's right here? Biggest fish in the pond. I know, right? The funny thing is, he says his name is Secret Fish, but his, his picture is a whale. And so, always good to see what the whales are thinking here. Let's go back over here. 4-hour. Can I check out the Polk chart? Yeah, I sure can. Let's go over here very fast. Oh, yeah. There you go. The first one I looked at, the BitterX, that one didn't have a lot of liquidity in it, looks like, so the chart just looked ugly. Here we go for this one. Definitely a little bit more bearish than other altcoins right now. Not terrible. You're looking at a consolidation period here. The real big thing, and this goes to a lot of other tokens that we've been talking to as well, are we going to break down below this level of support? That's the thing. Currently, that level of support seems to be around 0.011797. If you break down below that, after that is when I'd be more excited about buying into this. Until then, the same with everything else here is if you can actually get this breakout to occur, that's your sign to say, hey, this is where I can start being more confident about buying in. This is a 4-hour chart, so if you're going to be looking at buying here, I'd say you wanted to buy after a breakout, and you'd probably want to hold for up to 36 hours, but not less than 24 for that nice sizable move here. But you're looking at a small change of character right here. I don't think that's necessarily a terrible thing. The death cross isn't going to be terrible here, but yeah, you're still looking at a pretty big downtrend though, and it hasn't been broken. It's been going on for a while here. Let me see if I can. It's right here. Did this on anything? No, we're gonna have to go back in time for. Okay. Okay. If we break down below that support level, I would say anything in the kind of this realm down here is going to be fine for something of a longer term hold. Again, you're trying to time it, so you maybe preferably would buy down here for the breakout that occurs over here. But yeah, you definitely have some bearish divergences over here. Let me get a quick peek to see if there's any hidden divergences. No, you got some bullish divergences from the MACD and OBV. Wow, okay, how's the daily chart look? No, not much here, okay. Yeah, I would say give this a look over the next 24 hours. You probably have an opportunity to buy in there, and then from then you could probably be looking to hold it for up to 36 hours. I would say that's probably a good, decent opportunity for you. But right now, I would not be buying it. I'd a little bit more time, a little bit more time. Preferably, I don't want to trade that breakout though. If you're looking for maybe a little bit more profit, you could buy during the consolidation process. But the way I like to do that is a portion during the consolidation, double down after the breakout. The last time we did that, I think, was with the Matic, right? Not with the Matic, but with the Matic, where we bought 11.1 and 11.4, and for this, a different type of consolidation. Can I? Oh, there's my cheat sheet. 11.1 is the breakout. 11.4 is another breakout right there, okay? A little bit different type of system, but that's the way I traded it. And so overall, there's still good entry points, both of them. And in hindsight, they still made some good money, but don't expect a massive pop this time. You're kind of seeing everything a little bit too overbought here at these zones. And thank you, Secret Fish. I really, really do appreciate it, man. Is Secret Fish Mr.? Yes, I would say he's a Mr. Fish. Mr. Fish. Mr. Secret. Spy Fish. Secret Fish is an OG here. Yes, he is. Definitely. Thinking about you, Mike, and sending good thoughts through difficult times. Hey, man, I appreciate it. One of the reasons I didn't stream last night is actually I got my mother's urn yesterday, so I haven't gotten the ashes yet, but I got the urn, so I did not stream yesterday. I was in a kind of fucked up mood. But thank you very much, Secret Fish. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you're gonna have gonna have a good week yourself. I don't know if you're going to it, but actually I don't know if you're gonna go to this, but I know the F1 race is coming up. Maybe you would like that event. I've been hearing a lot of crazy stuff about it. Some good, some bad, but it seems like it's gonna be quite a show. I thought about going to Vegas for it, but first of all, it was very, very expensive. I think the tickets got really cheap all of a sudden, too. And then I didn't have anybody to watch Loki because my sister's at college. But I think she would really, I think my sister might have liked to go to the thing, too, as well. Let's see. And hey, Intra Tote Main, I can't pronounce your name properly. What do you call it? Me and Secret Fish go way back. I have thanked this guy more times than you will ever know. He's been a massive supporter of the channel. And I'm talking, at this point, over probably $10,000 gifted to the channel. He's like a very close friend of mine. I don't really have many friends out there because I typically look at charts most of the time. And I have a lot of acquaintances, but Secret Fish is somebody I think of as a friend because I don't really have one. Just to make a point, I have one friend in the state of Washington where I live where I actually go out and hang out with him every now and again. You could consider my sister a friend, I guess, but she's my sister. I don't count that as friend. She's family. So what do you call? Really good guy, Secret Fish. He's been here for a very, very long time. And the guy, he also knows his fair share of technical analysis. Yeah, what do you call it? Very knowledgeable with technical analysis. I don't want to go too much further, but yeah, the guy knows a lot. And hey, Triggered, Bitcoin chart, please. This is Bitcoin. This is just a Bitcoin 2-hour chart. I'm going to take off the divergence issue. You can see a little bit of bearish divergence happening on the 2-hour chart, but I'm just going to take that off for now. Oh, and if you guys want to see that, sometimes you guys ask me about that. That indicator that I just used, it's called divergences for many indicators version 4. Maybe there'll be a version 5 one day, but there's a version 3 and a version 2 and then a version 1. Maybe, yeah. But what do you call it? Divergence for many indicators version 4. It's a great tool, and I'd recommend you guys learn how to use it. It helps out a lot because sometimes it sucks having a whole bunch of different oscillators on the chart. But if you just want to see that if there's a divergence happening, not necessarily a bullish crossover or something, but a divergence, it's an easy way to kind of see what's going on there. See, don't worry about it, Ghost. It happened last month. I've kind of gone through a lot of stuff with it. I just went to F1 race here in Austin last month. It was awesome. I've never been to one, but I've wanted to go for some time. I'm sure I'll have an opportunity. I don't think Seattle is definitely the place where they would have one, though. I think it's just going to be a little bit too wet for for their races. I feel like they'd want to have somewhere where it can be outside and you know where it's going to be sunny. But I mean, they do F1 races in the summer, don't they? I don't know much about the seasonality of it. But, you know, in the summer, we hardly have any rain at all, so maybe they would like it. I don't know if they want to deal with our hills, though. I don't even think we have the roads for it. There's, like, no road system, in which case it would work very nicely. There's not one. No, there's not one. Not one anywhere near me. We're too hilly out here. You definitely need to have a... Ow, flat terrain, sorry. Loki just stepped on my toe, and he's, like, stretching, and then he's, like, rubbed his toe into my toe, and it just started to split it apart. And nice idea, McLove. Thank you for your live stream. I always have it running in my studio, dude. What do you call it? Funny enough, not funny enough, but nice enough. Secret Fish was one of the guys that helped me get that started. He gave me a donation of $500 to get that sucker running, and now I have 4 streams. I want to have up to 10 at one point, but I think the max for a channel is maybe 7. But I'm not going to do that until altcoin season starts up, because I want to have one for Dogecoin running, well, I got to go one for Dogecoin, but another one for Solana, another one for another altcoin that may pop up in the future that we don't really know about, like the next Dogecoin type of thing. I want to have one running for XRP, one running for, what's the other one out there? Let me see if I can find it. Matic, and then maybe one for Ethereum Classic. I'm not entirely sure. I might have it be Compound instead of Ethereum Classic, because Compound has some really crazy moves in altcoin season. And what makes Compound kind of special in my eyes is last time when we saw it on Robinhood, like let's say Compound was $50 on a regular chart. On Robinhood, Compound was like at $80, $90, $100, even though every other exchange it was set to 50, which makes it very weird to trade, because you're going to see the Robinhood prices and everybody thinks it's going to go up that high, but usually you buy it on Robinhood and you sell it when it gets kind of crazy, and then you just take your profit and buy back down lower when it comes back to the regular prices where everything else is set at. NA6, we watched Secret Fish crash the chart shorting back in the day. That was fun. Yeah, Secret Fish he definitely has some buying power or some shorting power, I would say. He definitely has the ability to tank markets, which is why it's always funny he calls himself Secret Fish when he's really just a secret whale. Wait, he's our secret whale. I appreciate you going through this stuff. I bought my first crypto in January 2022 and have been slowly dollar cost averaging, but now trying to learn some trading with the bulls in play. Yeah, I mean, in a bull market, it's very easy to make money trading if you just kind of buy and hold. The easy way to do it is the way I would say is just... I wouldn't do scalping so much, and I wouldn't really do day trading as much. When you're learning and you want to do some paper trading, trading with fake money, I'd recommend just looking at daily charts and watching the breakouts, and then trading those breakouts as they occur with a decent stop loss and a decent price target. And I like doing that because, you have a chart, you see what's happening. You open up that position with that stop loss and target price already plugged into the trade. You know already that you're either going to lose $100 or you're going to make $300. There's not really in between unless you really just don't feel confident about the trade, or you already, in either way. And you're like, well, I'm up $50, I'll take my profit and I'll run. Or I'm down $50, it's kind of taking too long, my plan's not coming to fruition, I'll just sell and see what happens later on, reinvest. Most of the time, it's gonna either hit or it's not. You're gonna be just fine. And then once you get that down, you could actually move that down to day trading if you want to. But usually, it's a lot easier and slower, and you don't have to take as much time out of your day, which is always the hardest part for new investors, is actually having the time to learn how to trade. Wait for the breakout, let it roll, and then you're fine. Like what we did with Matic, when I told you I bought it on the 11-1. 11-1 was right here. This was the breakout. This is what I was waiting for. But it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days before the real big pop occurred. That sucks sometimes. But if you have that target price and you realize, well, my stop loss isn't, my stop loss is way back down here around 63, 62 cents. Well, it never hit, but sometimes you're like, oh, it's not working. You sell. Then you're like, oh, but if you hit your price target, well, your price target for this one's going to be a little bit different here because my price target already hit. I typically, how do you say, I typically sell too early on my positions because I just want to lock in the profit. But you see those price targets here, you're looking at one right there around 70 cents, another one up here on 72, another one up here at 76, then one up here on 86, and you see right there, got knocked right back down. So it's easy to just say, hey, I want to sell everything right here, I want to sell everything right here, or you can do the other way of scaling out. And we scaled out of this, and now I don't really have much Matic left because it hit all the price targets. I mean, like pretty reliably, actually, surprisingly. Happened. It took longer than I thought, but doesn't mean it didn't work out for us. Been talking about TA for a while now. Definitely have been doing it for years now. And hey, Mike, I'll go on the Solana chart. I think I need to get one too. There's one I'm thinking about right now. See, because I always, the way I'm thinking about things, like I always want to have these types of charts running, but then I test them out. And I've tested a lot of stuff out, like 1 or 2 days, and then I give up on it because the views aren't there. People aren't searching for it. So if I go over here to search and I type in Solana live stream, you got 2 people watching right there. 15 people watching right here. You got Bitcoin live stream, you got my live stream and stuff like that. There's really not many Solana live streams, but the ones that are there, nobody's really searching for it. No, there's nothing really built around it. The one that right here, this is a forex education channel. So, and you got one right here where 2 people are watching it. It's kind of rough. My streams usually fluctuate between like maybe 5 people watching them up to like 100 people watching them. It's like a massive fluctuation there, but I have to be in a straight altcoin season fury mode where everybody's super excited about everything. And that's when I have a stream like that set up. Because right now, if you go to my channel, I got 5 streams up right now. The first one right here, which you guys are obviously watching. This one right here has 17. This one's 14. This is 13. And this is 11. This one right here, the 13. This one is actually 4 different streams, I think it is. 4 different charts on the stream. Oh, hold on a second here. There we go. So this has Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. And it has 15-minute charts with some a customized why am I forgetting the indicator? I'll know it right when I look at it here. Super trend. So I try to give an idea of where the trend is heading for a lot of these different tokens. But if I go back in time like 9 minutes, maybe 28 minutes, because the price is currently at the price for Solana is currently at $54 or something like that, $55. Go back in time. The buy signal for this sucker came a long time ago when it was at like $45. So 45 to 50 or whatever. It's not going to. I'm not expecting you guys to just follow these signals blindly. You see how the Bitcoin one didn't work right there. It didn't work all the way. I still want you guys to do your own due diligence, but there are times when just understanding which way the trend is going, especially on a 15-minute chart, which is a little bit more choppy, it can help you out a lot. Because 15-minute charts typically are kind of more sideways sometimes, and the sideways movement can really mess with those super trends here. But there are a lot of times where it ends up working in your favor, like this one right here. Ethereum sell, it's been working so far. Back up a while ago, the Ethereum buy one seemed to work out well. This buy one worked out. This one did not. This one did not. This one did not. This one did. So it's not 100%, but when it works, it works. So you can add it on to your other start. Usually I just say, hey, look at the overall trend, and you can kind of see where the day trades are going to be happening here. Each one of those is what, 15 minutes? So, it takes a while for each new candle. It takes hours and hours and hours and hours. And hey, Bit2, happy to see you back. What's right here? I didn't see your live stream. People are not looking for crypto or investment. People love those annoying crypto YouTubers. And hey, Discount Killer, happy to see you back, man. Welcome to the late night crypto. What do you call it? YouTube is a mysterious beast, but everybody has their own type of strategy for getting people to watch. A lot of the people that watch my channel, they also watch Jordan Cameron's channel. Remember him? He seems to be he's much more of an entertaining guy than I am. I'm more just down to business. Let's make some money here. But he'll make you laugh during the streams for sure. And they see a lot more growth, and I think it's because of this. You remember how I told you guys how YouTubers make money? So the easiest way for them to make money is to be as wild as possible, and then they want to send you guys to their affiliate links that they have down below. I have affiliate links down below. Go check them out, right? But I think it's easier to educate you guys rather than just being more hyper, because hyper viewers have a higher churn rate, right? So sometimes they die off if they can't really adjust to the way the market rolls. Remember how many people were very hyper and crazy, and then all of a sudden the market went down for a few months, or like a year, 2 years, and all of a sudden nothing good was happening. They all kind of quit their channels, or they went into a whole different niche. Remember, we always talk about Matt Wallace. He's the prime example of this. So I don't know. I like doing what I do. I like my system of streaming. I'll get more viewers, you guys know, over time, and I'll be focusing on very volatile tokens. If there's another Dogecoin that comes up where it's going up like 10,000, 20,000%, I'll be there to tell you guys, talked about it every single day. But I won't be hyper about it. I'll just be like, oh yeah, let's go. But like not like add a second mortgage onto your house. You must buy this now. People get crazy with that. And didn't the Dogecoin millionaire turn into a scammer or something? I don't know if that's been confirmed, but from what I heard from like Zach ZPT and stuff like that, he turned into a scammer. So, there's a whole bunch of different things that go on in these types of markets. But as far as YouTube, it's a whole different game. What I want to do, I'm trying to find a software that will let me multi-stream. I don't know if Streamlabs does it. I want to Streamlab to YouTube, and I want to also multi-stream to X, because I'm hoping that I can, I don't know if you guys have known, they have this new streaming system. I want to try to do that at the same time. I think that'd be really fun. And then I want to do a 24/7 live stream separate from YouTube. I want to do it on TikTok to see what happens there. That one's going to be more just fun and experimenting. But X, I want to figure out how to do it. I don't know how to do it just yet. Like I know how to stream to it, but not how to multi-stream. So I'm going to ask Tom, because I think Tom knows how to do it. Tom Crown, he has another channel. He's another larger YouTuber. I'll ask him how he's doing that. And I think he might be able to help me out with that. Because, I don't expect a lot of people to be watching at first from X, but over time, the audience is going to only grow. I only see Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Long term, after Elon does all of his fixing and stuff like that, getting all the gunk out of the gears and everything, it's only going to go up. But I don't know how long that's going to take. But I want to be prepared for whenever it happens. Especially because there's going to be banking aspects of it. There's going to be a whole bunch of cool stuff with it. People are going to be much more likely. I want to know how he's going to actually set everything up. I'll probably know in a couple of years, right? But how he's going to get everything set up where people don't treat it as just a services app. Like they're going to have to do a whole bunch of psychology tests or polling or something, I don't know, to make sure that people don't want to use it just like a bank or a cash app, and they want to make it so people like spend a lot of time there, but also have access to the banking side if they want to have access to it as well, and buy crypto, all that type of stuff. Because I think there's a lot of cool areas of which you could do stuff, but I mean, I don't know how apps run. There's, how is he going to be able to do all that? I think, him and his team are going to be able to, obviously, but don't ask me to be able to explain how how everything's been built, because I'm not going to know. And a discount. Tesla Death Cross on the daily chart going to make it keep heading down. Seems like it has support around 160. You'd think it can get down from there. Buy opportunity. Let's go over here. Tesla up 2% today. Chart. All right. Yeah, the last time we talked about this was a few weeks ago as we broke down, and what I'd say, watch out for those moving averages because sometimes Tesla breaks down and it's a massive trap. Okay, just wait till Tesla breaks out of this. It's going to be a freaking massive rally, like 50% or better rally. It's going to be great. Until then, though, let's look at the daily chart in the 4-hour. Had this breakdown here yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. That was a nice short if you guys took that opportunity. Wow. All right. Definitely a little bit more of a downtrend right now. MACD is bearish. Not too bearish, but just bearish in the 4-hour. Stochastic's turning around a little bit. Daily. Already had the crossover here a few days ago. And you said you saw support around 160, I think it was. But first of all, let me double check that. Death cross. The big death cross isn't going to be happening until like the end of the month with the 50 and the 200. But yeah, it looks like 164 to about 151 is going to be that nice big support level there. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen, though. That's the thing. So you're looking at those death crosses, and yeah, it looks like it probably will come back down as kind of looks to find some new support levels and things like that. It might not happen until like January or February, though. That's the problem here. If it does head back into that zone, I'd be a strong buyer for a pop. But again, it would be something like this where we break down, and I'd be looking for the breakout to eventually happen here, double down or whatever. But yeah, that'd be a nice buying opportunity. Until then, it's probably going to be a choppy way down, even at that, because we're going to be hearing news about the Cybertruck and things like that. And like, I don't know how to explain it. Like when you go on TikTok or the news or something, there's a whole bunch of different ways people are viewing the Cybertruck. Like when I look at the Cybertruck, oh, hold on a second here. There you go. When I look at the Cybertruck when it comes to Tesla, I like it a lot. It looks really cool when I see the videos online. I see it doing like off-road tests. I saw one covered in like bullets because it got shot at and it was perfectly fine. I see Joe Rogan shooting with a bow and arrow, for heaven's sakes. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I prefer the darker color to the lighter color myself. And then like I'm like, okay, I would probably love to buy one of those if I could like just afford it and like afford all the insurance and other stuff that comes along with it. And I like it. But then you also see like the hater side of Elon, I guess, where they don't like Tesla or Elon in general. And so they try to do everything they can to trash him. And that kind of leaves me always more like, okay, well, in the long run, Elon usually wins. Usually wins in the long run. Short term, it's always choppy and you never know exactly what's going to happen. So I would look more at it in that long term here on the weekly chart or even a daily chart. Zoom out, look for that 160. Careful as you try to mitigate what's happening in the smaller time frames, because you're only going to be looking to hold those things as intraday trades, like, you know, from morning till from, you know, open hours to closing hours. I don't normally like to hold Tesla for more than that. Excuse me. But you're going to hear more numbers coming out about the Tesla truck and stuff here pretty soon, which I'm pretty excited about. And I think that's going to give a boost to the stock. So like, go over here to news. Tesla Cybertruck specs leak every dimension. Alleged Tesla Cybertruck specs leak, how they may compare to the competition. Tesla Cybertruck spotted pulling boat, taking on off-road stairs, right? So stuff like this. I mean, for all I know, this could all be stuff plotted by Elon to say, hey, look, check out how cool this is. But, you know, you never know. But, like, look at this. This is from the Quartz. I don't know. I like black vehicles. It's just something that I like. Now, I drive a silver Ford Fusion, so I don't have one. But what do you call it? This looks very, very, very nice. I like it a lot. And you can see... Can I zoom in here or not? Oh. People are looking at it. People are staring at it. Might be a car. I think this is a car because I see a lot of nice cars in the background. But yeah, so this is going to be that wild card for it. But until then, yeah, watch the price continue to come down a little bit more. But when that breakout happens, just make sure you're nowhere close to shorting it. But it looks like you're just looking for a buying opportunity. I would start buying between 170, 155. That's what I'd be looking at. If we do go into some type of nasty recession soon, then it might get a little more troublesome. But, you know, it'll take quarters and quarters and quarters for that, like, you know, 2 negative quarters to really get us there. And for heaven's sakes, I don't even know anymore. If we have a recession, that means we have to lower rates. Will the market still go up because of that? It's a whole wild conundrum that we're going to be facing here. But yeah, it looks good from 160. I'd say 170 just to make sure you have a nibble in there. But yeah. Bulletproof windows? I mean, I think I would like that. I think I would like that quite a bit, bulletproof windows. I mean, I live in a pretty decent neighborhood, but I go to some areas in Tacoma and Seattle that I know I probably would need some bulletproof windows. Would it be worth holding some cheap 30 to 60 day 160 strike puts on Tesla to stay away from them? I think it'd be okay to do that. I would not put too much capital itself behind the trade though. So I would see if there's an opportunity that arises over the next week or so where it has a nice solid pop. I would try to strike during that pop, and you see maybe a MACD bearish crossover on a 4-hour chart, then hop in during that time. I wouldn't necessarily just buy it right now, but I'd wait for that pop to occur. I mean, maybe it just happened last week, so it's a little bit more difficult. But yeah, I think it'd be fine. No more than $100 investment on this type of thing, though. Just because, remember, Tesla's so volatile. The implied volatility is a little bit more than other stocks out there, which can make it a little more difficult to trade if you're not used to it. Elon should collaborate with Toyota to build an indestructible truck. Ooh, that'd be interesting in itself. I like Toyota cars a lot too. I think Toyotas just like last a long time. I would like it if he I am waiting for Tesla to come out with the tiny eco cars. I want to see if they can do that because there are a few tiny, like here, tiny electronic cars. Like these things. Right? But right now, all I think Tesla's trying to do is just, like, they're just weathering the storm while everybody Elon is playing king of the mountain right now. Right? Everybody's trying to come after him and pull him down. But right now, he's just kind of sitting up there doing his stuff, but everybody's like trying and failing and trying and failing. And then you're seeing, because of unions and stuff, GM and some of those other companies having a lot of issues with making their EV vehicles. Now, I don't know what was in the agreement with the auto union. Like, here. No, electronic cars, not art. Not the video games. Alright. Electric cars news. Recent past week. There you go. Oh, a Facebook post on Thursday evening by the UAD local 598 said its members voted against the deal by a narrow. Oh, wow. Wow, that's interesting. Whoa, okay. Maybe they might have to go back to striking or something. Yeah, amidst the strike, General Motors scaled back its electric car manufacturing expansion by postponing the opening of a $4 billion electric car truck plant in Michigan. So they postponed it because they don't need as many workers for it. So, I don't know. I feel like Elon's just kind of weathering a storm, but like he's sipping coffee and eating crumpets and fine sweets while he just watches everybody try to climb the mountain. And they're not doing a very good job of it so far. I think the only ones that can really be a threat to him are those that proceed to go to more hybrid models and maybe not full electric. But didn't Rivian or somebody just have a horrible day? Was it Rivian? No, it wasn't Rivian. Lucid. Lucid is it? Because I own Lucid. Yeah, they just had a bad earnings report in which they went from $4 to $3.80. So, and you've seen this downtrend here for, I mean, God, look at that. So I think Elon and Twitter, Elon and Tesla are just weathering the storm right now. And once everybody loses all their money because they haven't made the proper investments, he just does another investment, then boom, you go higher. I think the best way for other companies to try to catch Tesla is to not necessarily go up against them directly, but just actually to partner with them and try to use some of their technologies. That way people can be a little bit more excited about them, a little bit happy about them, about what they're buying from the other companies. Not necessarily just, buying a Tesla or a Cybertruck, right? Or the other versions that are out there from GM and Ford and stuff like that. Because, there are people who just hate Elon Musk so much, they're never going to buy a Tesla, they're never going to buy a Cybertruck. Sure, whatever. But, they're not just going to go buy any Ford electronic vehicle out there because the Ford isn't a Tesla. It's not, it's not what they're really looking for. So, it'll get more testy out there, I'm sure, next year for Elon and Tesla. But it still seems no matter what, they're going to come out on top unless something really drastically changes. And right now, I don't see anything drastically changing besides the economy. But that's not going to really, everybody's going to get hit by a bad economy, not just Tesla, not just Ford, not just GM and stuff like that. Oh, and hey, Lollipop, happy to see you back. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see, and hey, Ghost, hope you're doing well. 50-hour weeks is crazy. I used to be doing that quite a bit here. Sorry, Loki's over here chewing on toys. I'm afraid he's going to bite my arm by accident. And Hades, I think Elon knows he can't compete with a company making air EV. Making wooling air EV, what's that? He could sell a brand Lux sports car, but not small affordable car. Yeah, I know, but I it'd be nice just to have the car out there. And the thing is, I don't think he has to do anything crazy because of the Tesla brand. But if he can get oh, do I even have? I think I moved it out here. Tiny color there. He can make any version of these he wants to. And I think people would like it. I would say he doesn't even need to make it a 4-seater. I think just a 2-seater. It charges in 15 minutes type of thing, and that'd be the slogan. I think they do very well. And maybe just maybe make them look better than what we're looking at now. I don't think these cars necessarily look terrible, but they don't really look good in my opinion. I don't know most of these. I'm not buying a Jeep because Jeeps break down all the time. MG4, I don't know. I guess I would have to understand more about actually these. I would probably have to understand more about how much the battery and components take up of a car, right? Because maybe that car would have a smaller battery in order to make it lighter or something. I don't know. That's something for the engineers and Elon to kind of work out amongst themselves because I'm not entirely sure. Oh, look at this car. Look at that. At least it has a tall head. I hate those tiny cars that don't have enough head for you. Those will drive you nuts. I don't think this is actually sold in America, though, is it? It's a 2-seater. Oh, look at that. I like the way they have this little thing on the screen, though. All car websites have really cool features in them. Special editions. Oh, whoa. I would love to have this if I lived on a golf course. Yeah, so this is a 46-mile range. Let's see. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm not entirely sure the maximum it would go. Doesn't seem like this one goes very, very far. And to just kind of explain that, maybe I go over here to maps on my side here. Let's go over here. Let's go from here, and maybe where I used to work, Dexter Horton Building. So if I drove to work and that car had a, let's see, let's go over here and let's check this out very fast. Brochure. Three hours to full. So up to 46 miles. How many features range up to 46 miles? Okay, 46 miles. From where I used to live in downtown Tacoma up to where I used to work, which is a normal thing in Washington State to live in Tacoma because it's cheaper, and then go up to Seattle for work. That alone is 37 miles, which means I would have to park my car at an electronic place and charge it there or on the way back or something every single day. So this is really meant for somebody that like lives right over here in the city, in the suburbs, and they want to just drive to work and drive back. It's not for somebody it's not a commuter car. And I think the Tesla, if you go anywhere in Seattle, it's a commuter car. Yeah, that is wild. But somebody's probably gonna have use for it. I would love that little mini thing with the no doors for a golf course or a car. You know. Oh yeah, that's something I'd probably. It's more of a golf car than an actual Tesla is. Chibi wagon. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like it could be cool, pretty cool. Let me copy this and paste it over here. Oh, old school wagons. Okay, I see what you're talking about. I always wanted to have an electronic vehicle, or any type of vehicle with gas, that looked like an old carriage. So it was just nobody was driving it, just, you know, you driving inside the carriage itself. Just for shits and giggles, but it'd be fun. See, and hey Clifford, Ethereum Classic, so I'm scaled out of it right now because it kind of hit my price target, and then when it crashed, it took my money with it. Let's go here. This little thing, I moved up my stop loss after we broke out here, and then of course it just took it out, and then it went higher. It was fine. A whole bunch of things happened that day, but it hit a level of resistance over here, not terrible. It's definitely coming back down now. You can see it happening in real time. Is Bitcoin coming down or anything like that? No, Bitcoin's still doing fine. It's just the Classic. Okay. Change the character on the 1 hour. Stochastic is still bearish, 2 hour, bearish, 4 hour, bearish. About to be very bearish and bearish. This one might need to slow down for about a day or even two. That second day, though, maybe has a good opportunity to consolidate. 15 minutes, still bearish. Wow, this thing, yeah, pretty darn bearish. Oh, it's breaking down below the 200 on the 15, that's why. And the 50 on the... Well, the 50 on the 1 hour and the 200 on the 15 are usually pretty similar to where each other. I might look to buy this around here, back around 1920 or something. This thing's getting slammed pretty hard, though. Let me see if I can find a Fibonacci. I think it might break down below 1968, which is this level right here, and I might be moving back down towards 1914. But this zone in general is where I'd probably say you're going to have an opportunity for it to slow down a little bit more. 2 hour. We haven't had a big pop out of this one just yet, so that was that big pop there. Yeah, closer to 19 is where I'd be looking to buy this right now. The overall trend is still fine, but it's having a pretty decent pullback right now. There's some force behind it, as you can see. I mean, it's just coming down. Did it hit the one target though? I think it probably did. Just the lowest point to it. So yeah. Yeah, right up there. I would have probably sold around. No, I probably wouldn't have sold right here just because of the way the momentum was carrying. But there. Right before the breakout. Boom. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. Right down. It's 18.59. Yeah, I'd be looking to buy around the 19.20, 19.10, like really close to $19, not really before that. Give it some time to consolidate. If you see the MACD start to turn more bullish here on the 2 hour or even the 1 hour here, maybe that'd be a better sign to be looking to buy back in. But I'd be nibbling into this nibble breakout, right? So just wait for that breakout to occur. But right now, definitely bearish. It's breaking down below a lot of these support levels here. And just give it some time. There's nothing about this seems like it's going to stop going down anytime soon. And by soon, I mean over the next few hours. But, you know, it's not too far from where you would be buying it, which is pretty good. I mean, do you at least get a discount on it before it goes back up? The Fiat 1 is cool, though. I don't like the Renault that much. Hyundai is getting there with EV cars. Should check out the shares as well. Yeah, what do you call it? They're all trying different things out there right now. Eventually, there's going to be a major competitor to Tesla that springs up. And, you know, I almost wonder, who does Tesla see as their main competitor? I would almost claim Tesla would be thinking the auto unions, the number one competitor, because they've been talking so much smack about getting into Tesla. But if I was Elon and the auto unions tried to go after my people, I mean, like, it would take some time. There would be some pain. But eventually, all those jobs would just move from Texas to Mexico. Because I want to buy, as a consumer, I want to buy a cheaper Tesla. So I'd be fine with that. But maybe he might be seen as an evil corporation guy that's moving jobs outside the country, yada, yada, yada. But maybe they're just preparing for that type of battle. Who knows? But honestly, I think the way Elon's moving is, he wants to go automation with as few workers as possible. So maybe he can deal with a union, but again, he'll find a way to squeeze the most out of all those automation tools and factories that he's going to be building up. Going to be some crazy investments, though, if you ask me. I don't know how much Tesla spends on investments. I didn't read their earnings call, but I guarantee those factories are not cheap. Hoping Ethereum Classic keeps dropping to 18 area. Hopefully it does for you then, because right now it seems to be in a pretty nice downtrend. If Bitcoin were to not break out over the next few hours, next day or so, and we actually go into a full rejection mode where we're consolidating for like a week or so, especially because we have the CPI news coming out Monday, I would say you have a good opportunity for it to come down to $18. Probably, yeah, I guess, yeah. Give it some time, but yeah, it definitely could happen. If you buy around 1920 or 1910, whatever, make sure to have a stop loss kind of around 1890 or something close to there, just in case for whatever reason the whole market starts to come back down. Because Ethereum Classic right now, you're really hoping that Bitcoin makes a move up. Well, all coins, if you're looking to buy the consolidation whenever it stops, make sure to watch out for what Bitcoin's doing. But that's why I told you to also like nibble breakout. That breakout will be a lot stronger if Bitcoin's still going strong. Let's see. And hey, Folsom, happy to see you, my man. Let's go over here very quickly. Because mostly everything right now is fine. We got some of the stuff that I bought yesterday. I know that's not doing so hot, but most of the stuff we bought over the last few week or so, they're all doing fine. Comp is up a little bit, but not too much. I'm really hoping Comp does really well here in the future. Let's see. But the big news here, guys, yeah. November 13th, which is Monday, we have our CPI data. And I really want to see what's happening with CPI because where's that? Here. Where did they do this way? There we go. Hopefully, we can go down below 3.7, but you know, we've been going up 3%, 3.2%, 3.7, 3.7. And when we broke that fever of going down and we went back up, that's where you started to see the overall market, like the Nasdaq and stuff, right? July, that's where we saw the low for inflation. We started to come back down. Now we're breaking out again, and we talked about this a little bit here as well, right? Some wild stuff. That's because rates are kind of turning around and doing a whole bunch of other stuff here as well. But we're looking at a level of resistance right here, order block right above it. The market's kind of in this weird denial moment, which is interesting, but you still have to trade the way the delusion of the market is going. Because we all saw the bad earnings reports that came out over the last few weeks. Not good, but because the market is kind of led by these tech giants now, if the tech giants are going up, it doesn't matter if Disney's crashing and burning, if Target's crashing and burning and all this other stuff. So it's fascinating to watch. But again, I still assume sometime next year we're going to have some type of events like so let me just go to this. Some type of event like this. We come down for a while, consolidate, then have another breakout. But right now, I mean, we're breaking out and we're trying to go even higher. It's maybe a good example. We haven't broken out the SPY yet. Go over to Apple. Apple did not have a good earnings report at all. They're making less and less money every single time, and the earnings report said as much. But look, people kept on buying. I mean, we're addicted to buying at this point. We don't want to believe that the market's going to be going down. I think that's what it is. We just don't want to believe what's going to happen. And what's happening right now? We're trying to stop the death crosses and the overall signals that are going to be coming sometime in later November. It's the wildest thing ever, but it's so much fun to watch. And plus, it makes Bitcoin go up, so I'm happy if Bitcoin's going up more than the regular stock market. But okay, everybody, it's been a cool couple hours here. I need to get Loki outside to use the bathroom, and I need to go make some dinner here because I have not been eating much over the past month or so. I'll see you guys a little bit later here. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. You got 75% in Doge, 50% XRP, and the rest in Cardano. Hey, Frenchies, you're doing fine. I would always have some Bitcoin and Ethereum in there, but that's just me. You could trade however you want to. I tend to have a lot of Bitcoin, a lot of Ethereum, then I go a little bit here, a little bit there with the rest of my altcoins. But those are some pretty solid plays as far as I'm concerned. But okay, everybody, I'm going to see you guys a little bit later. Keep an eye on the 20-day moving average for Bitcoin. If we break down below that, you're going to see a lot more chaos, okay? And have a good night, everybody. Thanks.